And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's round 15 of the 2021 NOSSCAR GT Cup Series, hosted right here on Gran Turismo Sport. And we are gathered here at Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya for the Grand Prix layout event here. And we're going to be led to the start-finish line by your pole sitter and six-time winner this season, Even Steven. And we've got Aldo Calido out of Brazil starting in second. Timac is going to roll off third. Bo Tedesco fourth. Jesse Carlson coming off a strong win at the Nürburgring Nordschleife 2 weeks ago. He's going to roll off in fifth. Subi making his debut here today in the Subaru, running in sixth. Ayrton making his debut this season in the Audi R8. Juicy J starts in eighth. Temp starts in ninth. Crazy Legs rounds out the top 10. We are green. Board on your left, track map on your right, 60-minute endurance races, GR3 cars, no custom tuning, balance of performance setting has been turned on. All of these cars, the horsepower and weight of all of these cars has been altered slightly to be a little bit more even and come down to driver versus driver. Smooth start for all of these drivers. Even Steven out front. He's being hounded though by Calido out of Brazil, and that Chevy Corvette is looking mighty racy early in the going. Just behind them, the battle for third is on. Bo Tedesco has taken a look a couple of times on Timac, and right behind them both is Jesse Carlson in that 48 Chevy Corvette. The Corvette's running second and fifth early in the going. Bo looking to the inside here, and he's going to complete the pass. There might have been a little bit of contact afterwards, and as a result, Timac is going to lose a handful of positions out of this. He's going to fall back to sixth when he was just up there in third. And never mind, just barely stays in front of Subi. He's going to hang on to that fifth spot. Whoa, Bo Tedesco goes way wide, and now he came back onto the track and just about body slammed Jesse Carlson. And now there you saw him trying to get in front of Timac, and Ty was already there. A wild first lap for Bo Tedesco. And the NOSSCAR officials are in the booth to our left, and they are squirming around over there. There might be some penalties for aggressive driving to Bo Tedesco, and big problems there. Bo drives in hard, and I have never... In the 3 years I've done commentary for the NOSSCAR GT Cup Series, I have never seen a more poor display of sportsmanship. And as you can see, he goes flying through the grass. Heavy contact made between he and Jesse Carlson. And we're getting word now from the officials. Bo Tedesco has been officially disqualified from this race. He will receive the last place points. And this really cost Jesse Carlson in this race, because all the penalties in the world is not going to fix the damage on Jesse's car and magically pop him back into third right now. That's a shame. Timac now up to third. Subi right behind him in fourth. Juicy J running in fifth. And in sixth is Ayrton James in the Audi R8. Audi's running in second and eighth. And meanwhile, back up front, while all of the drama was unfolding, Calido out of Brazil has taken the race lead from the two-time GT Cup champion, Steven. Two different leaders in this race. And we're looking at both of them. Calido in the number 3 Chevy Corvette, looking really strong early in the going. He's making his second start of the season. Bringing a lot more speed this time around than he did the first time, that's for sure. And whoa, a big slip there for Even Steven. Got up on that rumble strip, got on the curb the wrong way, and it nearly snapped to the left on him, and there was only going to be a huge gravel trap over there waiting for him. And how about Subi in the Subaru? Made a nice pass there on Timac for third, and now Timac's trying to counter back, and he's got the preferred line getting into turn one, or does he? He cleared him going into the corner, and then Subi did a crossover at the last second, and Ty is going to hold on to third for now. Never mind. They have swapped that third and fourth place positions back and forth a couple of times in this race. Ty doing everything he can to stay up there in the top three and on a podium spot. Juicy J runs in fifth, and he's gaining ground on both of those two cars because of them battling as hard as they are. And we can tell you, even Steven has taken the race lead back from Colito. Number 15, Audi R8 back out front, and it's been a familiar sight all season long. 6 wins for him. Current points leader. The dominating force here of the 2021 season. It's been the story of the last 3 years here for the GT Cup Series. Who could beat Even Steven? Who's finally going to do it? And I don't know, man. Even Steven just comes back hungrier and stronger with each and every year. Won the 2019 GT Cup Championship in a Subaru. And now finds himself here in 2021 driving an Audi R8. Switching it up a little bit. New team owner, new team, new equipment, and a whole different style of driving the car. The mid-engine car provides for a little bit of a different challenge. And still very impressed with Colito. Running in second. I know it's a long race, 60-minute endurance race, and we're only 7 minutes deep into this one, but honestly, what a great start for Colito. The drivers here in the NOSSCAR GT Cup Series, very competitive, very quick. They know these tracks very well. They know their car very well. We're very deep into this season, so these drivers have a lot of experience driving these cars. They're very settled in. So having a driver jump in for the first or the second time this season and running up there in the top 5 is quite the accomplishment. And we're watching a good race here so far. For today, only 3 races remaining until we crown a 2021 NOSSCAR GT Cup Series champion. These drivers that are no longer in the championship hunt have elected to stay at home and let these drivers battle it out for these race wins. They don't want to be a factor in a negative way. And some of them electing to field a car for a couple of these races in the latter parts of the season. Coming in with confidence, thinking that they've got a shot to win, and they'll show up and give it their all. And we can tell you that Subi in the Subaru has just pulled off the racetrack with some sort of problem. He was just up there in the 4th place position. There you see him, and he's just gonna pop away. He disappears there. So some sort of mechanical failure, or an engine failure perhaps, for Subi, and that's a heartbreaker. He's gonna finish in 7th in this one. And that leaves Timac alone in 3rd for the most part. He's going to try to run down Colito, I'm sure, but I'll be honest, Juicy J and Ayrton are closer to catching Timac than Timac is to catching Colito, so the closest battle towards the front here at Barcelona-Catalunya very well might be for 3rd and 4th in just a couple more laps, but right now it's for 4th and 5th. Juicy J doing everything he can to hold Ayrton behind him. Juicy J, a former NOSSCAR champion on NASCAR 15 Victory Edition and Supercross. Ayrton, NOSSCAR Triple Crown winner on the NASCAR Heat Games and former NOSSCAR champion on GTA 5. They both worked their way carefully around the lap machine of Crazy Legs, who's driving the number 42 Chevy Corvette, and looking to hold on for a top 10 finish in this one. There's been a lot of attrition in this race, and Crazy Legs would love to be around when the checkered flag waves to capitalize on this and get some valuable points. He's in 12th in the point standings coming into this race. You can hear the tires squeaking as Colito is pushing that Corvette as hard as he can, as much as he can, but he's still losing ground slowly to the 2-time world champion, Even Steven. It's never an easy task when you're trying to go out there and run down the Audi R8 driven by the 4-time NOSSCAR champion. And Even Steven, no slouch in these GR3 cars, that's for sure. And now scheduled pit stops beginning. Even Steven is on pit road for service. Toledo is on pit road for service. Juicy J brings his number 18 Nissan GTR to a stop as well at his pit stall. And this leaves the lead with Timac. We've had 3 different leaders in this race. Toledo, Even Steven, and now Timac. We've seen Timac stay out and win a race this season on a one-stop strategy. He didn't pit this most recent time by pit road either, so you gotta wonder if that's maybe what the thought process is for the Rolex 8 winner. Of course, Ty winning the Rolex 8 this year for the Super GT class in those GR1 cars. Had to dig out of a hole after getting no points in round 1 for the GT Cup Series, and now finds himself in 3rd in the point standings with only 4 races remaining, including today. His first win of the GT Cup Series came back in 2019 at Blue Moon Bay Speedway. He went winless in his part-time campaign in 2020, and now here in 2021 he's got 2 wins and he's been a threat for the championship all season long. Put all of his chips in the middle of the table here for the 2021 season. First time he's run a full-time GT Cup season. It's been a successful one, that's for sure. And amongst all the cars who have already made their pit stop and appear to be dedicated to the 2-stop strategy, Even Steven is the driver out front. Toledo will be second in line for that. So if this one-stop strategy does not pan out for Timac, then I do believe that Even Steven and Toledo will be close enough to capitalize in terms of intervals on the racetrack and where these cars are running. Juicy J and Ayrton have not left each other alone since the green lights turned on here at Barcelona-Catalunya. They're still going at it for 4th and 5th. That Nissan GTR and that Audi R8 appear to be very evenly matched here today. Battle for the lead is on. One thing to keep in mind though, folks, I still needs to come to pit road. Even Steven has already been to pit road. And there you see Timac peeling down pit road. He had 3 laps out of the exchange, and he's going to surrender the lead to Even Steven, who is more than likely going to take it in turn 1 this time by anyways. And he's going to come in and get service. It's going to be a one-stop strategy again here today for the Canadian Timac. Saving his team a lot of money this year on tires. This puts Even Steven back out front. Toledo up to 2nd. Juicy J and Ayrton are now battling for 3rd. And it would be the first career podium for Ayrton if he can finish in the top 3 here today. It'll be the first time all season long 2 Audi R8s have finished on the podium as well. It's been all Even Steven for Team Audi. Whoa. And Juicy J drove it in a little bit too hard there, and it opened the door for Ayrton. He took a look to the inside, but couldn't quite capitalize enough to take the position. He's going to try again in turn 1, and here we go on lap 19. In turn 1, Ayrton James gets the job done and takes 3rd place away from Juicy J. Timac about 7 seconds or 6 seconds behind that battle for 3rd and 4th. Remember, he's on a bit of a different pit strategy. All of these drivers in the top 4 are going to need to come back to pit road, whereas Timac is not going to need to come back to pit road. A little bit of a wiggle there from Juicy. He's trying to stay with Ayrton, and Ayrton doing a masterful job at taking 3rd place and hanging on to it as well. Again, folks, it would be his first career podium in the NOSSCAR GT Cup Series if he can hold on for a little longer. And if he keeps going at the pace he's been going, he might be able to be in front of Timac at the end of his one-stop strategy, even though he would have to come to pit road an extra time. So that's the thing, folks. When you're on a strategy where you know you need to pit an extra time than somebody else, you need to push as hard as you can for those 2 or 3 different stints that you have. to try to overcome the extra time you're spending on pit road, to try to still be in front of that driver when the cycle of pit stops and strategies is all finished. Pit road beginning to become a very busy place yet again. Even Stevens surrenders the lead. Khalito out of Brazil is going to come to pit road as well in that Chevy Corvette. Second start of the season for Khalito. And Juicy J brings it to pit road as well. Ayrton James as well. And the Audi R8 is on pit road. 4 tires and fuel going on all of these machines. And this gives the lead back to Even Steven, and it gives second place to Ty Mac. Ty is actually not very far behind Even Steven. As you can see there, you see him just in front of him, but he's got, Even Steven has much fresher tires. He was just on pit road, whereas Ty, he pit at the 31-minute mark, and he's trying to make this on a one-stopper, and therefore he's probably just going to gradually lose ground to your leader, Even Steven, as the race goes along. Third place, Khalito, running much quicker lap times than Ty Mac as well, and he is close enough. He is within striking distance. He should be able to catch him before the end of this race. However, it's Juicy J and Ayrton that might have a difficult time completing that task, and there you see Ayrton completes the pass on Juicy J, and he takes the 4th position away, and now he just needs a mistake amongst the top 3, and he's got his first career podium. Tiny bit of front-end damage on the right front to Ayrton, but it doesn't seem to be affecting him very much. He just completed the pass on Juicy J, so it doesn't look like it's hindering the performance of that number 28 Audi R8 at all. There's Khalito, just made a pass on his Corvette teammate, Robert Lohman Sr. Robert looking to hold on to get his first top 5 of the season, and he's never been closer all season long, and now Khalito with a hefty 3.5-second penalty. And yeah, I guess, see, the green rumble strip to the inside or outside of those red and white rumble strips, that's technically out of bounds. If you run there, whether it's on the inside of the corner you're running or the outside, it's technically exceeding track limits. And so now Khalito's got a 3.5-second penalty to kill before the end of this race, and he's closing in on Ty Mac, and that's going to be a battle for second with Barcelona-Catalunya. Khalito has much fresher tires than Ty, and he's going to try to put that to good use and use that to his advantage, and he does. Easily takes the 2nd place position away and rides off into the sunset. Under 10 minutes remaining in this 60-minute endurance race. It's been all Even Steven for the most part. Early we saw flurries from Khalito. We saw Ty Mac take the lead for 3 laps during a pit stop cycle, but other than that, it's really been an Even Steven style of race, just like most of this season has been, and really it doesn't shock too many people, folks. He's won this championship 2 times. He's won the World Championship 2 times. He's got the most wins all time here in the GT Cup Series, as well as the NOSSCAR Super GT Series and GR1 cars. He very much has these cars, these tracks, and Gran Turismo Sport in general very figured out, and he's not looking back anytime soon. No signs of slowing down, no signs of retiring. Even Steven going to continue to write the history books as long as he possibly can. Everything's a little bit more out of reach when he does decide to hang him up. Khalito has settled into 2nd. Ty Mac on the much older tires has settled into 3rd, and no immediate challenge coming from Juicy J or Ayrton. In fact, they are still battling. And folks, I really do think that they have been battling for about 45 minutes straight now for 4th and 5th. And it doesn't seem to matter what happens, a set of pit stops or anything. They seem to find each other on the track each and every time, and they've been riding like this, nose to tail or side by side, for the last 30 minutes. They will be on their last lap, that's for sure, just judging by how much time was left when they hit the start-finish line. But even Steven is going to need to come around and complete one more. And I believe Carlito is going to need to come around and complete one more as well. I think he will reach the start-finish line before our clock reaches the 1 hour mark, and he will. But everybody from third on back is not going to get there quite in time, and they will confirm their finishing spots this time around when they hit the start-finish line. And it was close for Timac. He almost was able to go another lap, but he's going to settle in and finish in third here today at Barcelona-Catalunya. The one-stop strategy was his way of guaranteeing himself a podium. I do think that if he had a two-stop strategy, he still would have been in the hunt for a podium, but this one-stopper was a smart move to kind of just clinch it and guarantee it. And problems for Ayrton James, battling hard for fourth, with Juicy J got the right side tires of that Audi R8 onto the rumble strip, and it snapped around on him. And that's a heartbreaker. Kind of looks like the tires are long gone on Ayrton's car. He's just trying to nurse it home, and whoa, in contact there with the wall that time. Definitely severe front end damage on his car. The good news for him is he's only got one more corner until he sees the checkered flag, and he will claim his first top 5 of the season. No surprise, folks, but it was all even Steven. We had a couple of challenges from Carlito earlier in this race, but eventually even Steven got in his groove, found his rhythm, was able to drive away slowly but surely. And he's going to do it again, folks, holding on and coming around for his 7th win of the season and further extending his all-time wins list record. Two-time GT Cup champ Even Steven rounds the final turn here at Barcelona-Catalunya to see the checkered flag, and he wins today's race. And a huge shout out to Carlito, the driver out of Brazil. He's coming around now to claim second in that Chevy Corvette, his best career finish in the NOSSCAR GT Cup Series. Thank you to everyone who tuned in to round 15 of the 2021 GT Cup Series season here on Gran Turismo Sport. 3 races left until we crown a champion, folks. Keep your eye on the channel and don't miss a thing. Join us in seeing who we crown the 2021 GT Cup champ. Good night, everybody, and stay fast.